that we are tracking at the top of the urban debate comes in from the election-bound state of Karnataka, where actor Kichcha Sudeep has once again taken Karnataka by storm. But this time, not with a movie release, but with a political entry. He announced on Wednesday that he will be campaigning for the BJP in the upcoming elections. But interestingly, he won't be joining any political parties. Kichcha Sudeep says he is supporting the BJP for the Chief Minister in Bombay, whom he calls Mama or Uncle. While the opposition initially dismissed the announcement, the JDS has now written a letter to the Election Commission. They want all of Kichcha Sudeep's movie to be removed from television channels and theatres until voting is over. They say his movies could end up influencing the voters. The question is, does the Election Commission have that sort of power? And more importantly, why should celebrities have to give up on their main career to campaign for elections? In this case, JDS says Kichcha Sudeep is a politician for all practical purposes. He shared a stage with Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai. He promised to do what the Chief Minister asks him to do, and also agreed to campaign for the BJP. Let's take a listen to those reactions coming in on the story.
Mr. Sudeep, who does a press conference along with the sitting Chief Minister of Karnataka, and the invitation to all the media is sent on the letterhead of BJP, and Mr. Sudeep really says that he is going to do whatever the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka says, and he adheres to a certain ideology of a political party. So he is a politician. So according to the rule and the law of the land, any person who has political affiliation, they cannot really be seen on a public platform. That's the reason we have requested Honorable Election Commission to definitely look into the matter of Sudeep's movies, OTT platforms, advertisement, or any form where he is shown across.
Has moved the election commission saying that all ads of Kichcha Sudeep should not feature on the hoardings and all of that, because it could affect other.
No, see, if the ad is a propaganda ad, if the film is a propaganda film and a political, which has political undertones, then the election commission can take it. But if it's a commercial ad, if it's a commercial movie, I don't think that is the right thing to do, because Sudeep has fans across parties, across religions. But having said that, Mr. Sudeep also has a greater role as an ambassador of Karnataka, as the ambassador for youth to play. So he should choose his where he wants to use his influences, where he wants to use his celebrity status with a lot of caution, because a lot of people will actually believe what he says.
Now, the BJP says both the Congress and the JDS are scared and insecure after Kichcha Sudeep's announcement. According to them, this letter shows both parties have already accepted their defeat. Let's take a listen.
Kichcha Sudeep supporting the Bharatiya Janata Party has rang the alarm bells amidst Congress and the JDS. They are running absolutely helter-skelter, complaining to the Election Commission, going to the court, targeting Sudeep personally. It clearly shows the deep sense of insecurity both Congress and the JDS have. It appears as if they have already lost the elections. That is the level. That is the level of confidence they have. Such low confidence they have clearly exhibited and accepted defeat already.
And to discuss this further, I'm joined by our guest this evening, Kasturi Shankar, who is an actor, Pratap, Kanagal, who is a JDS spokesperson, and I'm also joined by Sanket Yenagi, who is an advocate and Congress spokesperson. Appreciate you all taking out time and joining us here at Mirror Now. Very good evening to all of you. But the first question, of course, will go across to the JDS spokesperson, Mr. Kanagal. Mr. Kanagal, Kichcha Sudeep is an actor. He enjoys a regional stardom, perhaps beyond a regional for that matter. If he decides to campaign for a political party, where lies the problem?
See, no one is objecting Kichcha Sudeep being, campaigning for any party. We have no objection even if he joins any party or even if he contests an election. It's his freedom. Nobody is questioning that. Who's questioning? Our only concern is when he is campaigning for a particular party, campaigning he's endorsing a particular party and this thing, then we are requested, as per the law, we have requested to election commission to withhold this the commercials and their movies which can influence wrongly the people wrongly. That's all. That's all. Nothing else. Otherwise, we have no issues at all. If Congress, BJP want to bring Kichcha Sudeep and any other
Okay,
actor,
you made your
fine.
point over there, Mr. Kanagal. Let me also go across to Kasturi Shankar. Uh, Ms. Kasturi, we have been seeing since time immemorial how there have been this marriage of sorts between actors and politicians, celebrity cricketers. From time to time, they all render their support and they patronage to a particular political party. We saw it happening since the time when Rajiv Gandhi was there. He enjoyed the support of several superstars and actors of their time. There were cricketers also who rendered their support. Why now Kichcha Sudeep's entry into the political sphere has rattled the political scenario in Karnataka? What is your assessment? Ms. Kasturi, I would request you to kindly unmute yourself because you can go ahead and make your point. Just unmute yourself. Your audio isn't clear.
You phrased that question very smartly, I should say, Samia, when you said, why are the two opposition parties rattled by Kichcha Sudeep's entry? I think that pretty much sums up the case. I did not think that was possible because I was on debates yesterday. I was reading up the news and people's statements, so to speak, and everybody was saying, people are over this filmy glamour. People don't vote for film stars anymore. But today, it turns out apparently they do want to silence a voice because at the end of the day, Mr. Sudeep is a superstar. He holds a lot of goodwill. People who are undecided, those are the people who are going to be immediately swayed. Definitely we cannot rule out the possibility of some people changing their mind and crossing over to vote for the BJP because of their favorite star recommending to do so. I think that is clearly showing in the rather aggressive attempts of both the JDS and the Congress in trying to stifle Kichcha Sudeep's reach. There's only 3 weeks left to the election, less than 4 weeks to the election. And I, for one, think it's short notice. Yeah, I think Mr. Sudeep would have made a lot more impact had he started his campaign a lot earlier. But so close, just a few weeks, still, if Congress and JDS are so worried, that says something about his reach and about the Sudeep factor. I'll say this. In Doordarshan and in state-owned media, yes, there is an election commission rule that prohibits commercials and movies and any visual material of people involved in politics, particularly politicians, but not people who choose to campaign. This is not about people who choose to campaign at all. This is about actual politicians and political parties. Remember the famous time they had to cover up all the elephants in Uttar Pradesh because they were all political. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. You've made that strong point over there, Ms. Kasturi. Let me also take that question across to the Congress spokesperson, Sanket Yenagi, and hear from Mr. Yenagi. I was just mentioning that how we have seen this marriage between the celebrities, cricketers, and actors with the politician. And there is a slim line that really cannot be defined, especially when it comes to the Congress party. We have seen Mr. Mohammad Azharuddin being over there with the Congress party, Sunil Dutt being over there with the Congress party. We have also seen how recently it was Divya Spandana from the Congress party in Karnataka. None of these leaders were actually asked to quit their jobs or come forth with a clampdown of sorts from the Election Commission's end to try and allow them to pursue their political career, while they can also maintain their careers as well.
Firstly, let us analyze this from a legal
angle. Yes, Mr. Yenagi, please go ahead and make your point.
Yes, first let us analyze this issue from a legal angle. So Section 123 of the Representation of People's Act prohibits undue influence. and it has defined as to what is undue influence. And one of them would be this part. Now let us come to the scenario, actual scenario. Mr. Sudeep undoubtedly is now campaigning on behalf of a political party. It could be party A or party B. That is immaterial. He would be sharing the dais of a political party. He would be acknowledging the work done by the political party, or he would be appraising about the political party, admiring the political party, discussing about the political party, directly or indirectly acknowledging the affiliation, his affiliation with the political party and its candidate. So when a person on the dais of the political party campaigning for it, then he presumed to be the spokesperson or a representative or a campaigner of that political party. In other terms, it would be called as a representation on behalf of a political party. May not be directly he is a member of a political party, but indirectly he would be a member.
But Mr. Yenagi, my minimum question is, what is the harm? The Congress party also, Mr. Yenagi, comes up with a list of star campaigners before every single election, state assembly elections or general elections. You recently had Urmila Matondkar joining you. You recently had other actors joining you. The TMC has got several other actors as MPs. You also have Hema Malini as an MP. You have Sunny Deol as an MP. You also have cricketers in Gautam Gambhir. Perhaps Kichcha Sudeep hasn't even joined a political party. He is only going to campaign. My minimum question is, sir, you are making a legal perspective, a point from a legal perspective. That point is well taken, but what is the harm? Had Kichcha Sudeep decided to join ranks with the Congress party and the JDS, would the argument still hold true?
This question never arose earlier, never been discussed, never been hesitated, never been thought from the legal angle from the opposition or from us. Now this idea has emerged, and this is purely a legal issue, and this has to be dealt according to the JDS. And we say, if it is having an effect of undue influence on the viewers or on the voters or in the process of election, this will come under the definition of a corrupt practice. If it is amounting to corrupt practice by any means, in any way, then definitely this would be curbed. Not only curbing, it can even lead to the disqualification of the candidates. That is simple word in terms of the definition which I am pointing out from the Representation of People's Act. And there is what is right and what is not right has to be ultimately decided by the Election Commission. If the Election Commission puts certain conditions as to what to do and what not to do, what be permitted and what not be permitted, there will be more clarity. It is not as such he is right or he is not right. But what we are considering or what we need to think about is what is legal and what is not legal. What is permissible and what is not permissible under the provisions of the Representation of People's Act. What is wrong in reanalysis of that provision or reinterpretation of that clause. What is wrong in exploring the new version of law. Let the Election Commission decide what is right and what is not right. In any way, we are unaffected by Mr.
Okay, I'll take that point of yours, Mr. Yenagi. Let me go back to Ms. Kasturi over here. Ms. Kasturi, we just heard what the Congress spokesperson had to take, and he puts things out in a legal perspective. We wonder where was this high moral ground of the Congress party when they had gotten several celebrities and actors to join the Congress party and contest for them, including in Karnataka as well. But now, of course, he's making a legal point over there. Point well taken. Ms. Kasturi, my question will also be that the basic aspect of to what extent does it come under the ambit of the Election Commission to bring about this sort of a ban or a clampdown as per a letter that has now been written by the JDS leaders, that they do not want the movies to be played out, they do not want the shows to be there, it should be taken off TV, they should be taken off theatres. Does it really fall under the ambit of the Election Commission? How do you see it?
Well, first of all, let me clarify that the Election Commission Code of Conduct does not come into force 1 month before election date. We cannot do such things. You cannot just ban right away Kichcha Sudeep's presence in Karnataka, number one. If that were the case, then Congress leaders have to cut their hands off because that is the symbol of the Congress party. This is a very absurd argument. You're not going to be able to see any women carrying a haystack because that is the JDS symbol. That is not the way it works. Even if it were enforceable, the code of conduct does not apply to private players. It does not apply to exhibition halls. It does not apply to satellite channels or OTT. It does not apply to social media. It only applies to state-run media and state-run channels of communication. So this is not something that it's new for me to listen to this kind of a request for a total ban on any artist. Again, my personal point, that is my legal point of view. My personal point of view is every cricketer in town, every actor in town has affiliations. Sudeep is not even a card-carrying member of BJP. He has accepted to campaign as a personal favor, as a mark of respect for Chief Minister Bommai. That does not in any way make him bonded to the. How can he? Are the opposition saying now that Sudeep is the face of BJP in Karnataka? That would be a confession that I'm sure they do not want to be come forth with. So I find it unenforceable, number one, and secondly, a stretch. It's a big stretch to say that entertainers and sportsmen cannot have political opinions or cannot have political affiliations. What are we going to next ban voters because they vote for a particular party? Are we going to ban door-to-door campaigning? None of this is applicable.
Mr. Kanagal, you will have to agree that this is a difficult space to define. To what extent is the JDS wanting a ban or a clampdown when it comes to Kichcha Sudeep? Because you cannot really take Kichcha Sudeep out of the hearts and minds of his fans. He is a regional mega star, and that needs to be accounted for. But my minimum question will also be, Mr. Kanagal, that it seems to be a case of double standards, a double speak of sorts, when we do know how the former Chief Minister's family is someone who has given out Nikhil Gowda also, who is also an actor, who is also somebody who contested elections, who's also somebody who even goes ahead and campaigns. So it's a case of a double speak over here on the part of JDS. You cannot really take high moral ground over there.
You just do not interpret it, you do not, imagine things on your own and come up with conclusion. Maybe even Ms. Kasturi has spoken in a way, but which no political party has said that. Which political party said that no cricketer or no film star should campaign? No, we are not saying that. It's their wish. And as far as Nikhil Kumaraswamy is concerned, of course, yes, he is in politics. Even his movies and this thing was not telecasted. Even in the past, for the Congress, Divya Spandana, Ramya, even it happened with her. It's been in the practice. If it is not legal, then the election commission will obviously reject it. We are asking wherever it has to, it will apply it. That's all. What is there in that? Don't we have a freedom to even object? We don't have a freedom to object. And as far as Sudeep and BJP things is concerned, we are not at all worried about Sudeep campaigning for BJP. Only we all know the fact that BJP doesn't have a credible face in Karnataka, doesn't have a credible face in to campaign. People are already bored of Mr. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has seeked the vote for last three times, and nothing has been done. The corruption is at the peak. So now they want some face. So they are hiding behind Kichcha Sudeep's face. That's all.
Okay, point well taken, Mr. Kanagal. You make a very strong point over there, that it appears that the BJP has to use the celebrity and the stardom of these actors as a crutch to be able to go ahead into the campaigns for the upcoming Karnataka Assembly elections. Let me go across to Mr. Yenagi, who still continues to be with us. Sanket Yenagi. Mr. Kanagal, I will come back to you. Let Mr. Yenagi also make a point, the Congress spokesperson. Yes, Mr. Yenagi, how do you see this point that was made by the JDS spokesperson, where he says that BJP doesn't really have anything in their hands to go to the people of Karnataka, and that is the reason why they are using the celebrity and star power of the actors, because they are going to falter if they are only going to go by the governance. Do you agree with him?
Before going to that aspect of the matter, there is one important point. A celebrity not joining the party, supporting or lending the support externally, not sharing the dais of a party is entirely different aspect, because he would be an outsider throughout. A celebrity not being a part of the party, but sharing the dais of the party and sharing the organization of the party directly or indirectly, and seeking for a vote of a political party on behalf of the candidates or on behalf of a political party would make him a part of a party. The moment he becomes a part of a party, the model code of conduct equally would be applicable in as much as section 123 of the Representation of People's Act. Now, coming back to this, the point which you have raised now, Kichcha Sudeep is not an outsider. Now he has become an official campaigner or the person who can campaign, star campaigner of a political party. He is sharing the dais of a political party. So he has directly being a part of the organization, may not be the political party member or not be having any affiliation, but by his conduct, he has become an official part of a political party for which the model code of conduct applies. And in my opinion,
okay, Mr. Yenagi, I am running short on time and I have paucity of time over here. That is the reason why I will have to wrap this very interesting discussion over here. Thank you and appreciate all of you joining us here at a mirror now and taking out time for us. All that we can say is that may the best man win in the upcoming Karnataka Assembly elections.